In eukaryotes, chromatin has histone proteins, whereas in prokaryotes there are no histones. But in prokaryotes, instead of nucleus, there is presence of a structure called as nucleoid. Eukaryotes only have nucleus, but nucleus is absent in prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, there is presence of nucleoid. Okay, and this chromatin is two types. Chromatin is two types. One is euchromatin. Euchromatin means less complex. That histone proteins and DNA will combine. When histone proteins and DNA are combining, if it is forming more complex structure, then it is called as heterochromatin. Heterochromatin is more complex. Euchromatin is less complex. Okay, heterochromatin and euchromatin are two types. Chromatin is nothing but DNA, RNA and proteins are present in the chromatin, which are thread-like elongated structure. Fourth point, fourth structure or fourth part of the nucleus is nucleolus. Nucleolus. If we see a nucleus, suppose this is a cell. Inside the cell there is a nucleus which is made up of double membrane structure. Two membranes are there, outer membrane, inner membrane. Outer membrane ectokaryotica, inner membrane endokaryotica, nuclear pores are there, chromatin is there. Inside that nucleus there is presence of another part called nucleolus. It is membraneless and darkly stained parts present inside the nucleus. Membraneless darkly stained portion in nucleus. Normally, to observe the nucleus, we can add some coloring pigments, acetocaramine or some other pigments or some stains we can add to the cell. That cells will absorb that acetocaramine or some other pigment, and usually they appear as red colored. That red color also, nucleoplasm has less red color. In that nucleoplasm, there is a portion which is called as dark stained part, that is called nucleolus. Nucleolus. This nucleolus is also called plasmosome. It is also called plasmosome. So each and every part has different names. Nuclear envelope is there, that is called as nuclear envelope is major part, that is also called as karyotheca or karyolemma. That's second one, what I told you. Second one, nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm is also called as karyoplasm or nuclear sap, karyolymph. This one, nucleolus. Nucleolus is also called plasmosome. Plasmosome. Here, one nucleus may have one or two nuclei. A nucleus may have one or two nucleoli. One or two nucleoli. Nucleus means singular. Nucleus means singular. Nuclei means plural. Nucleolus means singular. Nucleoli means plural. One is there means that is nucleolus. If nucleolus are present in more number, then we can say nucleoli. One or two nucleoli are present in every nucleus. Okay, that nucleolus is responsible for synthesis of ribosomes. As the nucleolus is responsible for synthesis of ribosomes, it is also called as the ribosomal factory. Nucleolus is involved in synthesis of ribosomes. As it is involved in synthesis of ribosomes, it is called ribosomal factory of cell. In the cell, ribosomes are made inside the nucleolus. Okay. DNA, RNA, proteins are present inside the nucleolus also. Nucleoplasm has that DNA, RNA and that proteins, all are present here also. It is majorly involving in synthesis of ribosomes. But this nucleolus is there during cell division, it will appear. During cell division, it will appear in only some cases, some phases, but it will disappear during prophase. In cell division, there is a phase called as a prophase. In prophase, this nucleolus will disappear. Then, that are four important parts of nucleus. Then see functions of nucleus. Nucleus functions. I told you already, nucleus is called as a heart of the cell. It is the central part of the cell. That is the dynamic part of the cell, we can say. It is responsible to carry out all the properties. Okay, it functions and coordinates all cell organelles. It coordinates all cell organelles. As nucleus is responsible to maintain the function of all cell organelles, it is called cell brain. It is called cell brain or dynamic center of cell. Nucleus is responsible for functioning all the functions of remaining all organelles also. All the functions of cells are coordinated with nucleus. So it is called as the dynamic center of the cell. And it is responsible for transfer of genetic information from parents to offspring. So it involves in heredity. Heredity means transformation of character from parents to next generation. Then it plays important role in reproduction. During reproduction, it is very important, especially in single cellular organism. In unicellular organism, it carry out reproduction. Especially asexual reproduction is there. Asexual reproduction is majorly carried with the help of the nucleus. Sir, please explain last point. This point during cell division, cells are dividing. During the cell division, in next lesson will come different phases of cell division. During that cell division, there are many phases like interphase, mitosis phase. In mitosis phase, there is again prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, like that. In that prophase, this nucleolus will disappear. Nucleolus will disappear during the prophase, and again it will reappear after the prophase. Okay, right. Complete it first. Okay. What is meant by prophase? Prophase is a part of cell division. It is a phase or it is a stage during cell division. Prophase. Then last topic, just 15 minutes. By our time, I can complete. We have half an hour more. Before that only we can complete this. Next, a part of this nucleus only, chromosome. Chromosome. Normally, chromatin material is there. What is chromatin material? Chromatin is a part, thread-like elongated structures which are present inside the nucleus. They are called as chromatin. That condensed form of chromatin is called chromosome. Condensed form. What is condensed form means? Suppose there is a long thread-like structure, chromatin. Okay, but if it is condensed like this, if it is stretched, then the length of that chromatin material will decrease and that chromatin material will come close each very more. That structure is called what? Chromosome. Actually, this is taking place during cell division. Okay, this condensation is taking place during cell division. During cell division, that chromatin threads will condense together. That condensed form of chromatin material we are calling as chromosomes. This chromosome contains DNA and some histone proteins. This chromatin material contains DNA is there, some RNA is there, some histone proteins, and even some non-histone proteins also, some other proteins also. Normally DNA, RNA and histones are forming chromatin material. That chromatin material is condensed or closely packed along with non-histone proteins. When that non-histone proteins combine with this chromatin, what is chromatin? DNA, RNA, histone. That we are calling chromatin. That chromatin is joined with some other non-histone proteins. When non-histone proteins are combined with this chromatin, that chromatin will undergo stretching. That stretching will increase the complexity of the chromatin material. That is what we are calling chromosome. Okay. Here, this chromosome, where it was first observed means, especially a scientist named Hofmeister. Hofmeister is a scientist who observed the chromosome in pollen mother cells. During the formation of male gamete like pollen grains, in pollen mother cells, first he observed. Why it was called as chromosome? Why it is called as chromosome? Chroma means colored. Body, soma means body. That means when there, I told you just now, we use some stains to identify the nucleus. When that stains are added to the nucleus, there is formation of a brightly colored portions inside the nucleus. The chromatin is closely condensed now. It is closely condensed means more color will be taken by the condensed form of chromatin. As it is taking more condensed form of chromatin, that is taking more color. So it is brightly colored part. What is the difference between histone and non-histone? It is not needed here. In next chapter it will come. Histones. Histones means that is a class of protein. Proteins have different classifications. I mean, different classes are there based on their properties. Among them, histone is one category. Non-histone means other than histones. That's all. Okay? That is about observing. Why this is called as this one? Normally, if you see human beings, in human beings, how many chromosomes are there? Anyone? How many chromosomes are there in human beings? Yes, Sumera, Dhanvantri, good. 23 pairs or 46 in number. As 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. Okay, but if you see single human chromosome or single human cell, single human cell has 2 meters long chromatin. Total length of DNA. Total length of DNA in one human cell is around 2 meters. But what is the size of cell? Is the cell has 2 meters? We don't have 2 meters length. Okay. So we don't have 2 meters length. That is a microscopic structure. Cell is microscopic structure that has what micrometers or millimeter size. In that millimeter size, 2 meters long DNA is there. The 2 meters long DNA is coiled around histones and non-histones, and it will decrease the size. Take an example. Take a thread, a ball of thread or a roll of thread. Thread roll will be there now. If you unroll the thread, it will go very long, more distance. Even kilometer may be there in thread roll. If you take this much roll of thread that has 1 kilometer length, but when it is rolled, it will decrease the size. That is the purpose of the coiling of chromatin. Chromatin is coiled to decrease the length. Board is blurring, sir. It is somewhat okay, sir. You know, working now it came normal. So number of chromosomes is different from species to species. In a species, it has a constant number. From one species to another species, there is a difference in number of chromosomes. But in one species, there is a particular constant set of chromosomes. Usually, number of sets of chromosome, number of sets of chromosome. If a chromosome has one set or two sets, that is called as ploidy. 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 That ploidy may be haploid. Haploid means one set. Diploid. Diploid means two sets. What is the number of chromosomes in human? Human has 46 chromosomes has 23 pairs. 23 pairs means each chromosome has two. Each chromosome has 2 copies. Each chromosome has 2 copies. That 2 copies means 2 sets. Chromosome 1, chromosome 2 up to chromosome number 23. Chromosome 1, chromosome 2, chromosome 3, like that up to 23 there are numbers. That number, first chromosome has 2 copies. That is a diploid. Okay? Now, video and audio both are clear only. If you are facing the same problem, you can rejoin. Okay? This is the ploidy. And see the structure of chromosome. Before going to structure, see the size of chromosome. The morphology points I will tell you. Size of chromosome. It is usually we can study during the cell division. Short chromosome. Shortest chromosome may be 0.25 microns. Shortest chromosome. Longest chromosome is 30 microns. Longest chromosome is 30 microns. Longest chromosome is 30 microns and shortest chromosome is 0.25 microns. Like that it was measured. Here, but an range average means in majority of members, it is ranging between 3 microns to 12 microns. But in most cases, size of chromosome is 3 microns to 12 microns. But shortest chromosome is 0.25 microns. Longest chromosome is 30 microns. That is the difference. Okay, board is visible. Yes. That is the size of the chromosome. Shape of the chromosome. Chromosomes have different shapes. Shapes of chromosome may be like V, L, J, I. V, L, J and I. That shapes I will tell you. We have 10 minutes time. Within the 10 minutes, this chromosome structure. This chromosome have different shapes like V, L, J and I shape. Chromosomes have different shapes like this. Is the voice clear? A call came. We decided today. Right? Yeah. See the structure of chromosome. Just I will explain with a rough diagram. Like this, a chromosome is appearing. Chromosome is appearing. This chromosome has one center part. The center part of chromosome is called as centromere. Central part of chromosome is centromere. Near the centromere, there is presence of a knob-like structure. This knob-like structure is called kinetochore. Otherwise, I will write here. This knob-like structure which is present here is called kinetochore. The central part of that chromosome is called centromere. These are their two arms. Two arms of chromosomes are called chromatids. Two arms of chromosomes are called chromatids, and the end of chromosome is called telomere. Here there is the presence of a very knob-like structure. That knob-like structure is called satellite. Satellite. Then here there is a small inner structure that is called primary constriction, and this is called secondary constriction. Primary constriction, secondary constriction. At the center there is the presence of chromonimeta. Chromonimeta means DNA which is present inside the chromosome. Okay. Listen now, we have just 6 minutes time. We may not, writing the structure and notes for this may not be possible. Because we have this also for the CPT portion, right? I will explain slowly with the help of diagram. When I upload the video, by watching the video, you can write notes for this topic only. Because within 6 minutes, I need to complete this. Okay. Just to cooperate for this class only. For next class, I will do slowly. Because we have CPT. Otherwise, I can leave here, no problem. But we have CPT, we need to cover this also. See, chromosome is a nuclear protein, I told you, that is made up of DNA, RNA, and histones, non-histones. That chromosomes are appearing like this. The center of chromosome is called centromere. Near the centromere, there is the presence of a knob-like structure called kinetochore. And on either sides of centromere, there is presence of two arms of chromosome. That arms of chromosome are called chromatids. Arms of chromosomes are called as chromatids. At the end of the chromatid, there is presence of a part called telomere. This is the end part. One chromatid has very knob-like structure with more DNA strands. More DNA is there. This part is called what? Satellite. And in chromosome, usually near the centromere, there is a constriction. Constriction means, see, like this, here more width is there, but here less width is there. This part is called as what? Constriction. Here there is presence of primary constriction and there is some secondary constriction also. Like that, there is presence of this one. Okay, this is structure of chromosome, and based on the number of the chromatids and the shape of chromatids, chromosomes are divided into 4 types. Just now I told you there are 4 shapes of chromosomes. One is metacentric. Metacentric chromosome is V-shaped chromosome. V-shaped chromosome means here centromere, 2 chromatids with equal length. 2 chromatids with equal length, that is called as metacentric, which is V-shaped chromosome. Second one is submetacentric. Submetacentric, which is L-shaped chromosome. If chromosome is L-shaped, then it is called as submetacentric. This is centromere and it is appearing like this. L-shaped chromosome. Then metacentric, submetacentric, then acrocentric. This is L-shaped. Acrocentric. Acrocentric chromosome is J-shaped. J-shaped means chromatids, two chromatids. One is very long, another one is this one. Then fourth one, telocentric chromosomes. This telocentric chromosome is I-shaped. I-shaped chromosome will be appearing like this. This is one chromatid, this is one chromatid, middle centromere. There are four types of chromosomes based on the shape and based on the presence of centromere. If centromere is present at center, two chromatids have equal length, then it is called as a V-shaped chromosome. If chromosome is present somewhat side, then it is called as L-shaped or submetacentric. Meta means middle. Submeta means middle but sub portion. Acrocentric, which is J-shaped chromosome. One chromatid is very long, another chromatid has short. Telocentric means at the end of telomere. At telomere, at more end. At the end of the chromosome, there is presence of centromere. That is called what? Telocentric. This telocentric we can write like this. Telocentric chromosome. Centromere is present at the end of the chromosome. That is called I-shaped chromosome. Okay. This is about four types of chromosomes. Then a small body. Membrane bound vesicles are there in a cell, means they are called as microbodies. Vesicle, empty bodies. Membrane bound empty vesicles present in cell, they are called as microbodies. That microbodies are present in plant and animal cells. Microbodies, membrane bound vesicles